So I'm interested in, since you've been students here for a while now, in some cases with you a long while, won't point out anybody in particular, but what were your fears about starting in graduate and professional school? What kind of scared you a little bit before coming? I ask the question because I think a lot of incoming students have a lot of fears about starting in a rigorous program in a city like Baltimore, and they don't get a lot of opportunity to hear other people talk about the similar kinds of fears. So if you could talk about that, would be really interesting, I think, for me and other people.
I definitely was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to handle the coursework. It wasn't a realistic fear, but it was one of those things that I just was anxious about when I started. And after, I think the first set of assignments that were due and came back graded, I was like, oh, no, I'm fine, I can totally do this. But initially there was that stressed out sense of, maybe I can't.
I guess for our program, we have to do a qualifying exam after our second year, which basically determines whether or not we stay in the program. So that was, I mean, not really knowing what to expect from it until like beginning of second year when they kind of helped you and talked about what you needed going forward, what was required of you and stuff.
And you've done that, and
Yeah. So I mean, and the students, the older students also help you out a lot. And so even though initially I was like, I don't even know how I'm going to begin to pass this, it is actually quite doable.
yeah. Anybody else? What were your worries?
Obviously, we have a qualifying exam too, and that was a big one. But also in our program, there's a core course for everybody in the graduate program in life sciences, and it was very hyped up. And everybody was scared they're going to fail out, but I think everybody made it through. That was, I think, our whole incoming class was really worried about that.
Were there rumors surrounding the difficulty of the course that preceded your enrolling?
There are definitely rumors. Well, I don't know if there are rumors on it. Some may have been true, but I think the course also changed a little bit throughout over the years and got better and better. So it really wasn't as bad as it was thought out to be.
What about you?
I was afraid I wouldn't like grad school eventually. I mean, a PhD program is a fairly long process, so I was afraid that by the time, that the end came, not only are you frustrated, but I would just be in total hatred of it.
Are you? Yeah. So
Not completely.
So you've been 2 years maybe into your dissertation now? You still like the topic, and
Yeah.
what is the topic, by the way?
I'm geared towards the microbiology side of the program, so it's a lot of gut microbiota.
Okay. What about you, coming from India? Any fears that you'd like to share?
Well, particularly it was Baltimore that scared me first. Especially with, I presume any outsider will do that. When you are coming into a new city, you would at least try to read around what's it about, what are the pros, what are the cons. And when I did my search, not surprisingly, I found like some hundreds of pages of people warning you rather than saying, okay, this is good. So then, when I was about to, I found an apartment in downtown, so I was really scared. Like, how will this, how will I hold up at least after dark in the downtown area with such a crime rate? Well, after 3 years, I would say that was a realistic fear, but knowing your own limitations, you can be pretty happy in the city.